a good Thursday evening to you out there listening and watching from all over the world. Ryan Medine alongside Carrie Lowry as the Legends welcome back Windy City for a chance at redemption in Game 2 of 2 set. Let's take a look at the Choctaws starting lineups. Not a lot by Whitley Penn benefiting Pop-Up Books. So you'll notice all the book references on the jerseys of the Texas Legends, who don a different home jersey every single game of the season. Only a couple more of those left, Carrie, but we are underway here in Frisco. Legends 6-18 in the regular season. Bulls 13-12. Legends bottom of the barrel in the Western Conference. Bulls 10th in the East. As that pass inside, Simonovic goes through.
Simonovic really taken out of his game last night, had 5 fouls and accumulated a lot of those early and really didn't get to play much at all last night.
Pretty physical game last night as Hardy fires a 3 to open things up. That will not go. McKinley Wright IV, of course, went down, appearing something along the lines of his head as he grasped his ear when he went down. He finished the game because essentially he had to. Legends only suiting up 8 last night, and that is the same story tonight. But then Grant Riller, just a couple of minutes later, hurting something on his leg. We don't have details on that yet, nor will we speculate. So he is out for the night. He was not seen again last night back out on the floor. But both those guys out tonight. Muhammad Ogi has been activated, so he will be making an appearance. And, of course, we have to talk about the late addition for the Legends this afternoon in Jacob Young, the product of Oregon, who also played some ball in his first 2 seasons at the University of Texas. Has 4 games in the G League to his name with the Memphis Hustle, averaging just about 2 points a game. Again, only 4 games, so a very small fraction of work there for Jacob Young. But again, short bench, 3 men for the Texas Legends. Expect a lot of guys to get a lot of minutes.
Yeah, brand new to the team is Young, and he's going to get a lot of run tonight with that 8-man lineup.
Talk about being cast into the deep end early, a team desperately needing a win, and you're looking to be some sort of savior. Speaking of which, Justin Jackson, a dagger from 3. That one's for Ken Jones back in the truck. Taylor following up. And where he is most dangerous, not only on offense, but defense as well, Simonovic grabbing 2 more. All-time leader for Windy City in rebounds. Will easily put up 20 on you on any given night as Tyler Hall from the tip of Texas.
He starts where he left off last night. He had 6 threes, 23 points. He really was the bright spot, and now Tyler Hall starts off hot.
The former legend, Carlik Jones, caressing the glass.
Carlik Jones, the leading scorer in the entire G League. He led the Legends last year in scoring. Now he leads the entire league.
Simonovic goes down to the floor. Pops quickly back up. All 7 feet of him. Take a look at that Tyler Hall 3.
Right from the top of the key. Nails it. Very confident guy. He's 3rd in the G League in made 3-pointers with 93. That's his 94th. 85% of his shots that he takes are 3-pointers.
Jones with the early steal. Thinks about a pull-up 3, but finds Simonovic open.
There's Terry Taylor on the offensive board. That was a repeat of last night where the Legends were outboarded 56-36, and Terry Taylor was a lot of that with 14 himself.
Not only outboarded, but points in the paint, 68 for Windy City, 38 for the Legends as Odiase trying to make that a different story tonight. Drell on Jackson. Outlet pass to Simonovic for 3. Nothing like a 7-footer. Hitting one from distance. Gotta love the new way basketball is played, not only in the G League, but the NBA.
He has a game in the G League this year where he made 7 out of 10 threes. He's not really trying that much for 3-pointers all the time, but that game, 7 of them.
Something you never used to see.
Never.
Maybe even 5 years ago, I would say. But now, I don't care what your size is, you'll be able to shoot from anywhere.
Amari Hardy driving into the paint, trying to get to the free throw line, and he is successful in doing that.
Of course, Hardy again back in the starting lineup after appearing there a couple of times this season, but the opportunity with McKinley Wright IV out, getting a chance to be in that starting five.
Hardy makes the free throw. And if you're new to the G League, that is a 2-point free throw. You do not take 2 shots, you just take the 1.
You beat me to my standard plug.
Sorry,
Gary.
You want to start over?
How? No, you did it great.
Oh, okay, all right.
You did it great. But don't do it again.
Okay, all right. I won't steal any more of your thunder.
And that's not a threat. That's a guarantee. And checking in will be the brand new face for the Texas Legends. It's Jacob Young going to head out onto the floor for Caleb Ledoux, who had a couple of big threes last night. Was a contributing factor preventing a blowout. As Carly Jones heads to the line for the first time tonight. Second free throw for the Bulls. No problems there for, I guess we'll just call him Mr. NBA now. He's a big shot since he was with us last year.
Same guy, bigger contract.
I like it. All 6 foot of them. Hall. Outside pass. Hardy finds room, but then looks for Young for his first points as a Legend, and it is long. Nice job by Odiase, giving Justin Jackson an open look. And that one just a bit off target. Exciting sequence for the Legends, but no points. Simonovic responds with another 3, and I don't think that will ever get old. But it's a 9-point lead. Started the same way here tonight, but right now, as it stands, Windy City is on top, which is very familiar for Texas.
And they're shooting 78% from the field.
And 50 from 3.
Yeah, that's not a good formula for a win, but
including
defense really kicked in the second half last night for the Legends. They're going to need to get that spark back.
Jacob Young again out on the floor. He was a late addition as Tyler Hall fires up another 3, and that one this time won't go. But yes, Young added today as intercepted is Young. Young man making a name for himself here in Frisco, maybe. No, can't finish.
He did get the steal, though. That was very nice for Jacob Young.
And over the top of Justin Jackson is Terry Taylor, but he doesn't connect.
And he gets called for the offensive foul in the clear out. Led with the forearm.
Justin Jackson immediately looking over at the official. She agreed.
Here we go. Terry Taylor comes up, says, hey, I'll just kind of use you to propel me. And you know what? That's not legal.
Mari Hardy starting in just his 3rd game this season with the short bench, an opportunity for him to shine. Again, no Riller or McKinley Wright IV. Also no Tajay Moore, Udai Baba.
And that was the Euro step that just went a little bit long, and Amari Hardy gets called for the travel.
You can't do that, Kerry.
You can't?
That's against the rules.
Okay. Well, you can Euro step, but you have to do it the right way. I can't show you how to do that, honestly, but
Carly Jones with the jumper, and it looked like Norrance Odiase might have put that one away. We'll move on from that.
Yes, we will.
As I think he just was going up for the ball, and he's just so big that the ball just kind of carooned over into the bucket there.
And there's a turnover. Justin Jackson. That'll be the 3rd turnover for the Legends against 2 for the Bulls. Bulls with the ball up by 11.
Total still at 19 for the Bulls. Did they not allow that?
Well, I think that's what they're checking right now.
Bucket from Odiase?
Now, at least they did change the scoreboard from pregame.
They did, yes. Up until about 5 minutes before the game started, they still had last night's score on the scoreboard. I don't know if that was to motivate the Legends or to make them kind of stick their nose in it.
I don't know. Let's hope it was neither, and just that guy was running late from work to get here for a second job.
Bulls already leading the battle for points in the paint, up 12-2 over the Legends as Simonovic fools Lacey James and finds another opportunity for a shot. It's still 19-10. I guess what happened with Odiase is Not. Oh, well, now they just.
It is corrected now.
Okay, now they just corrected it. Glad I wasn't losing my mind. You know, with the 3-month-old kids, a lot of times I actually am, in fact, losing my mind. But not this time, Carrie. Jones with some footwork and some ball movement to fool Justin Jackson, and it works.
That was quite nifty by the G League's leading scorer.
I'd say there's a reason he holds that title and probably won't be in the G League much longer. As Jackson looking for Hardy, that one goes wide, and he's going to have to chase that back. And play will be whistled dead. Going to get our first look, though, momentarily at Muhammad Ogi as he prepares to check in. He's being held off for now. There's something going on with her shot clock.
Last night rebounding, big issue for the Legends. He should be able to remedy some of that. Maybe some of the interior defense that resulted in all the points in the paint last night and starting tonight.
So Young gives it to Hardy. Hardy takes it all the way, loses the ball while going up as the shot clock runs out. So even though the ball went out of bounds, it would have been a shot clock violation regardless. Biggest lead of the night for the Bulls last night, 18.
Legends actually cut that to 8 in the fourth quarter, but could not get any closer.
Most of the night stayed in double digits as it stands now, as Simonovic gets the feed inside, and over 3 jumping Legends, Muhammad Ogi finally breaks it out. Nice pass to Jackson, who pulls up from 3, uncontested, unsuccessful. Taylor, the two-way. Off the glass, and the fingertips of Simonovic doing what needed to be done. Hardy wasting no time. Finds Lacey James, who loses the ball. And Jones pulls off the pass from Thompson, and he does not miss. Especially from that spot, Carlik Jones.
Hot start for the Bulls, 61% shooting. They're out-rebounding the Legends 10-2. And you just don't want any of those. All of those stats are negative for the Legends, and you got to turn it around right here. Amari Hardy with the ball.
10-second chance points for the Bulls as that 3 from Jackson and will be taken off the board for an offensive foul courtesy of Lacey James. You know, I mentioned 18 points being the biggest lead for Windy City last night. Well, they're back to 18 now after that 3 from Carlik Jones, with a possibility to extend it right here as Simonovic down low, and nice job by Jacob Young.
That was
contesting the 7-footer.
Against a 7-footer, he was definitely outmatched, and he got his hand up there, knocked it out of bounds. Windy City keeps the ball, but they have to reset.
And only 4 games of G League experience for Young. He's a native of Houston, Texas, so I'd imagine he got the phone call sometime today and made the 4-hour trek as he finds Hardy. Doing an excellent job so far here early in his Legends debut. Hardy from 3.
There it is.
And he gets the party going early.
5 minutes of game time since the last points for the Texas Legends, and that's a big one right there.
Again, just his 3rd game in the starting lineup tonight. Filling in for McKinley Wright, the 4th. Carlik Jones finishing. Young from 3. His first points as a Texas Legend.
Boy, he's got to be loving this. He's a superstar from Houston Yates High School, and he is all energy right now.
How about that? He is fired up. Legends fans are fired up, and that is the burst the team was certainly looking for. But Jacob Young, the All-Big Ten honorable mention in his 2nd season at Rutgers, making a difference for the Legends by way of a shot from distance, and it was clean. Jackson trying to find room. He does.
Nice drive there by Justin Jackson. Not just a three-point shooter. He's got some size, and he's going to have to use it, get inside.
And Carly Jones getting a gift from Tyler Hall by way of a couple of feet to make that shot. And now all eyes on Jacob Young, as he's proven to be a shooter in this one early. Jackson gets rolled by Wheeler.
And this is one of those games, Ryan, where Coach Gallinopoulos may just ride the hot guy. You know, you only have 8, right? So maybe your rotation goes out of the window when one guy gets hot, kind of like Tyler Hall did last night, and a pretty quick start here for Jacob Young with energy tonight.
Well, one could make the argument, too, when you've dropped 8 in a row, you throw the rotation out the window, and, yeah, you got to go with the hot hands. Speaking of hot hands, Caleb Ledoux heading to the scorer's table as Muhammad Ogi back in from injury, getting fouled. And there is Caleb Ledoux, who will take over for JJ, I call him.
Ledoux with 16 points, 7 rebounds last night. Put together some threes. He was definitely a factor early in the game.
Played in this building a couple of times, not with Texas, but against Birmingham, most notably.
Mogi puts through the free throw for 2 points.
As Young gets bumped by Carly Jones, and it's going to be an offensive foul. So not only contributing offensively, but a strong defense as well from the Young.
Telling you, it's energy. Carly Jones steps out of the game.
Of course, Young, again, played his first 2 seasons in college at the University of Texas before transferring to Rutgers. Tyler Hall looking for another 3. In 156 career games, the Houston native Young averaging 8.5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And Oturu, who gave the Legends fits last night, starting to do so here tonight. 14-point lead.
He was one of the double-double guys for the Bulls last night.
All moving quickly, finds an open Lacey James. And Mogi trying to put away the pieces. Gets fouled again.
But that's the offensive rebound presence they really need right now. And it forced the foul by Daniel Oturu. See it just a little bit long, and Guy was in good position. And then draws the foul.
And without James Banks, who normally holds that role underneath the basket, Muhammad Ogi doing a great job. He'll hit a 3 on you, too, as the Legends big man. We were talking about Simonovic, who has 2 3-pointers and 3 attempts. Mo will pull one up on you as well. As Oturu all over Lacey James and takes the offensive foul.
A lot of offensive fouls for the Windy City Bulls early. 5th turnover for them against 6 for the Legends. But we've seen some clear-outs. That's 3 offensive fouls on Windy City already.
No Legends in double digits. Jackson and Hardy both with 5 to lead the Legends. 2 Windy City Bulls, Jones and Simonovic in double digits. Jones 13, Simonovic 14. Big part of last night as well, as it took the Legends a while to get somebody in those double digits, as that one smacked away. Here's Ledoux. Behind the back pass to Hall for 3.
That would have been pretty.
Would have made the top 10. But the defense of the Legends trying to hold strong and keep Windy City at bay.
Oturu wants the foul from Lacey James. Did not get it, but he did get the basket.
Under a minute here in the opening frame. A no-effort 3 from Ledoux, making it look easy. Not even challenged. They let him have it. He made him pay. As Terrell steps back.
Oh, my.
And responds. And Gary, we kind of point to a lot of things from last night, but look, that's the best way to break down this game is what happened last night. And one of the things that the Legends ran into was that they would make shots, but then Windy City would run back down the floor and respond quickly.
Immediate transition offense by Windy City. Off made baskets, off missed baskets. It was unbelievable. Not necessarily fast break points, but just making a couple passes and getting into the lane within 5 seconds of the Legends giving it up.
So out of bounds by the Bulls. Gives the Legends another opportunity for some points. Just shy of the three. Ledoux at the shot clock buzzer this time. No, sir.
Windy City up by 14 with the ball, looking to close out the first quarter.
Pargo, the veteran, lets it fly. He's having a conversation with Pargo before the game, and all he could talk about was how old he was. Well, I don't think it matters if you can still hit shots like that. Everybody could use $21,000.
Yes, definitely.
Ryan Medine, Kerry Lowry bringing you all the action here from Frisco tonight. Legends trying to snap an 8-game skid. So far, no bueno. They are down to the Bulls 42-25 coming out of the first quarter. Start things off in the second.
Allowing 42 points in a quarter is a rough start for the Texas Legends defense.
Hardy from the paint, the pull-up jumper. No dice. Lazarick Jones out on the floor. Again, two different Joneses on Windy City. One Carleek, the former Legend. The other one, Lazarick Jones, as Hardy grabbing the air and pass. Using his speed. Behind the back, doesn't go. Opportunity from three, but a whistle as Ledoux lets that one go. 15-6, Windy City leading the battle of the boards.
Ledoux just stepping out, putting a heel on the line there.
It's in our blind spot. Good catch, Kerry.
So that's why the turnover there, the seventh turnover of the game.
Only a few spots we can't see, that being one of them. Ledoux trying to keep up with Drell, the product of Estonia. That one cascades out of bounds. So Jones will get things started. Hall bumps it off, finds Ledoux. Nice job, Tyler Hall. Even nicer pass from Ledoux for the three for Hall. And what a connection that would have been had they followed through. Unfortunately, that has been said all too many times so far tonight.
There's Terry Taylor. He was a rotation player with the Indiana Pacers 2 years ago. And lots of NBA experience.
Biggest lead of the night for Windy City, now at 19. No chance for Caleb Ledoux, one of the March additions to this Texas Legends squad. And Drell gently grazes the glass to grab his two.
Bulls shooting 65.5%, 19 out of 29 in the game.
How about this? 71% from three, 5 of 7. Ledoux again trying underneath the basket. This time Odiase able to bring relief. Justin Jackson waiting to check into this ball game. Coach Gallinopoulos, the last time the Legends had a short bench like this, likened it to a hockey bench where you're basically just doing line changes, trying to keep legs fresh.
There you go. Everybody's going to get a lot of minutes tonight off that bench. You've already seen Jacob Young with quite a few.
That pass going through the legs of Odiase from Hardy.
Odiase, a bright spot last night, got a double-double.
Another look at that one there as Drell draws the foul. Head coach of the Windy City Bulls, Henry Domerson. Coach Gallinopoulos at the helm for the Texas Legends, of course, in his third year, and all alone underneath is Oturu.
Fantastic pass by Ethan Thompson, the Oregon State product.
50 points already for the Bulls. Had 61 last night at this point. Some would call that progress.
It's progress. Amari Hardy's going to go to the line. Again, he gets into the paint and draws contact. Legends down by 23. Their biggest deficit of the game is right now. Amari Hardy try to cut into that.
Take the charity when you can, is what I always say. And that's certainly what Hardy does there.
Is that why you've been eating all that candy that's up on the counter here?
They're cough drops.
All right.
A little behind the curtain, they have a basket that has gum, cough drops, anything you could ever want and need, which is exactly what Amari Hardy provides down low for the Legends.
Hardy up to 9 points. He got the start tonight in place of McKinley Wright IV.
Making the most of it, leading the Legends on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, it's not double digits.
Number 32 out battles number 32 for that one.
And Simonovic not able to make the three, but help from Drell, who immediately puts pressure on the inbound pass. Here's Young. He has a big three so far tonight, and that one, a little scoop and score.
That's very nice. Little side move. Got back straight. Finger roll. Young is making his mark on this game.
It's like he was presenting the basketball to the rim. Here, basketball, meet rim. Love it. What a night so far from Jacob Young in just 10 minutes of action, 5 points.
There he goes.
Little
weave in lane, finger roll. Love it.
Here, I think you two will get along well. Let me just hold you up, ball.
Marko Simonovic at the free throw line, having drawn the foul.
I haven't even mentioned, he's had no time to integrate with this team. He is flying by the seat of his pants. Basically, just go make some buckets.
Yes.
That's what he's doing.
They just gave him number 1, and it's probably just safety pinned on the back of his jersey.
You'd be impressed with how quickly they can come up with a jersey. And just like Tyler Hall can come up with a three.
Tyler Hall with yet another three. Had 6 of them last night.
My goodness, he has been hot from outside the arc as Young pulls that one down. 2 boards so far tonight for the young man. And another one off the fingertips, this time not enough. Thompson all alone. Somehow gets it through past Tyler Hall.
Tyler Hall bodied him up pretty well without fouling him, but Ethan Thompson's offensive game is stellar.
Second quarter flying by. Hardy, 3. Toilet bowls off the rim.
Miss for Terry Taylor.
Yeah. Nice little attempt at a hook shot there. Ledoux and James prepared to check in as Jackson can't find the 3 ball tonight. He's got 1 off 4. The Legends shooting 31% as a whole, as opposed to the 50% from Windy City. Inside Thompson knocking Hardy to the floor. Legends want a whistle. And they don't get it.
And another offensive rebound, this time by Simonovic. He puts it back up and in, and he's up to 18 points. He came off of a 26-point, 21-rebound game in a loss before Windy City got into town. And then he was completely taken out last night with 5 fouls.
3 boards away from a double-double already, and it's only the first half as Drell looks for an outlet, misses Thompson. And finally a timeout. Feels like we're just blowing through this second quarter here in Frisco. No change in the... I love seeing it.
Decker Brandt putting a lot of things together for the Legends. You can see some of his videos on there.
I've offered up my assistance and skills plenty of times, but for some reason he hasn't asked. Brian Medellin, Kerry Lowry bringing you Up to speed here from Comerica Center as the Texas Legends, 15th in the Western Conference, trying to find a late surge here in the G League season. Time running out. Fell to the Bulls last night, 122-110. Wasn't for a lack of effort, but a shortened bench, only dressing 8 last night, and same story tonight, dressing 8. Certainly makes it a bit more of a struggle.
And they never quit last night. Obviously, they're not going to quit, but they played very well all the way up to the horn.
Justin Jackson, when given space, will do some feng shui and find a home for that ball. Just like that off-white sofa, you don't know what to do with.
Jeremy Pargo with the basket.
Jackson, no stranger to success at any level of basketball. Product of North Carolina. As Caleb Ledoux. Yes, sir.
Legends have launched 21 three-point attempts already in this game. They've made 7 of them. That might be the formula the rest of the game, especially when you have Tyler Hall and Justin Jackson, who are so good at it.
Mentioned Justin Jackson, no stranger to success. Not only was he with North Carolina, but part of the championship team for the Bucks.
That's right. He has a ring.
Believe he's got a ring sitting in a safe somewhere. What a nice treat to have him back in Frisco after playing for the Legends last year in his 3rd stint with the Mavericks organization.
There's Terry Taylor driving on Justin Jackson. Jackson gets a little too much body on him, and that results in a foul. Only the 3rd team foul, though, so Windy City will take it out of bounds.
Ledoux. Will he do another 3? That one this time just grazing the back of the iron. Pargo to Thompson. Thompson wide open. And that is what happens when you give a G League player the time and day.
6 out of 11 on threes are the Windy City Bulls.
Lacey James going up against Simonovic. And that proves to be fruitful.
Left hand, driving. Didn't lower the shoulder, just kind of bodied up.
How about that from Jacob Young? Jumping up at least a foot to get the rebound and finishes it off with a beautiful layup. Welcome to Texas. Well, I should say Frisco, Jacob Young.
He is a Texan. Yeah.
He's
definitely.
Houston, though. Are we really considering that?
Well, I think we might have to. He's a legend now.
Well, now we can.
Okay.
But before that.
Right. Here goes
And
Young. He just puts on the afterburners after Terry Taylor kind of loses him in his blind spot. He puts it up and in. That is 7 points for Mr. Young on the night.
Certainly a contender for our Kerry Lowry play of the night. Find out who will receive that in the postgame show. As another steal for the Legends, this time it's Justin Jackson who finds Young. Has a lane. Nice pass to James. And talk about a selfless pass and a beautiful put away by Lacey James. My goodness, Jacob Young having himself a great debut for the Texas Legends.
He is making a difference, and he might stay on the floor with this. He was probably only destined for about 10 minutes, and he's going to end up with a lot more of that if he keeps playing that way.
The veteran Pargo looking for another 3. He's 1 of 1 now. 1 of 2. Hall trying to join in on the fun. Yeah, when I say welcome to Texas, I mean, it is the Texas Legends.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not the Frisco Legends.
That's true.
Jackson again, making his way back down the floor. Caleb Ledoux from 3. Short. And Carlik Jones putting an end to that and just settles things down. Legends now 7 of 24 from 3, 29%. Hall looking to improve that.
Wow, offensive fouls are being called tonight, for sure. Illegal screens, clear-outs, just a lot of that going on tonight, and the refs are not letting it go.
Caleb games and just have them babysit the kid for me. and give the wife the night off.
Man, that would be so great.
My life would
For
be
her.
so much less stressful.
Yeah. We've got a lot of cameras. We could just train one over there.
Right?
On him.
One of our monitors.
Yeah.
Just the live feed. Simonovic denied by James.
Steps on the end line, and that will be a turnover back to the Texas Legends.
Good hustle there from James, amongst
turnover.
others for the Legends.
10 turnovers for the Windy City Bulls, 9 for the Texas Legends.
So a foul called. This time goes against Simonovic. It's his second. He ran into foul trouble in the third quarter early last night. Had to sit out for quite a bit of time before checking back in late in the fourth. But it is a Hardy on Jones matchup for this inbound pass. And Hall is scrambling. Gives it right back to Hardy. Chris outside. Ooh, not near enough for Young. Thompson thought about it. Thought better. Finds Pargo. Nice spin move around Tyler Hall. And that one not able to follow through. Coming up on a minute left here in the first half as James tickles the twine.
Token defense there by Marko Simonovic.
Give and go, Thompson to Jones. Jackson against his former teammate.
They hug before the game. They battle during the game.
This time it's Jones, though, putting a three up over Jackson. Yeah, after the game yesterday, Isaiah Brown, Brandon Fields, Justin Jackson, and Carly Jones all got together for a picture, a little reunion of last year's team. Is that one too far from Young? Just always great to see. That was such a great group of guys last season. Great group this year as well. But that was certainly a nice thing to see that the Texas Legends put on their social media channels, which you should follow, by the way.
That's right. Simonovic gets his double-double on that rebound, 18 points and 10 boards. As we are about to close out the first half, Carly Jones puts it up and in.
I mean, you can't leave Carly Jones open if you haven't learned that lesson before. He's now 3 of 4 from distance. Hardy at the buzzer. Yes! Hardy party in full effect in Frisco. A 3 at the buzzer. Frisco, Texas. Ryan Medellin alongside Carrie Lowry. Presenting the action live wherever you may be watching us as the Legends look to chip away at what is a 17-point lead. A good effort, though, to end the first half as Amari Hari launched a 3. It was reviewed as the teams headed to the locker room, but soon confirmed that it was, in fact, a 3. And speaking of threes, Justin Jackson starting things off in the second where they ended it in the first.
He's up to 10 points in the game. Big 3 right there. And yeah, that 3 that got reviewed, you actually told the officials that they didn't need to review it, and they laughed at you. And guess what? They didn't need to review it.
Unfortunately, the Bulls responding with a 3 of their own. Yes, Sheree Mitchell, Caitlin Bunger, and Rachel Rayford, a all-female officiating crew tonight in honor of International Women's Day yesterday. Certainly awesome, and they have been such a delight tonight. And yeah, we had a good chuckle when I told them I had a clear sight of that shot. There was no need to review it. Hall, dart of a pass over to Ledoux. Ledoux finds the room.
Ledoux, a nice spin move. Gets inside, goes with the left hand, puts it up and in.
Always impresses me with some of these guys how they're able to, when they don't have the space, make the space needed to tap in their buckets. And that's exactly what the March edition for the Legends and Caleb Ledoux just did. Jackson outside. Hardy looked.
A lot of contact right there, but no foul.
Bumped right off of Drell. Now he spins. And sinks the bucket.
First 3 baskets for the Legends go in as they cut this down to a 13-point deficit. Same energy we saw yesterday in the third quarter from the Legends. And here we go with another missed shot. Simonovic, the Legends take over.
Second missed three of the night for Jones. Amari Hardy, though, putting together back-to-back threes after he just grabbed the two. So I guess we'll call it sandwich threes for Amari Hardy. Nonetheless, he is making the most of his third start for the Texas Legends. On a short bench night, he's capturing the load. 17-point lead to start the second half. It's now only 10. Couple of big shots from Amari Hardy, Justin Jackson. Ryan Medellin, Kerry Lowry here tonight calling the action from Frisco, Texas. Axel America Center, home of the Texas Legends, as Carlik Jones, the former Legend, drives away two.
Carlik Jones now at 21 points, the leading scorer for either team in this game. He's also the leading scorer in the G League.
Certainly his minutes here in the G League hopefully limited soon as he makes his way up to Chicago to play some big action with the Big Bulls, and a big attempt at a three from Tyler Hall. Spins around and bounces out. He's now 2 of 8 from distance. Legends shooting 33%. High above the arc. Nice bounce pass inside the paint. And what a job by Caleb Ledoux. A glove save like a goalie in hockey. Sending it the other way. Odiase down low. He fools Taylor. And nice job by the Texas Legends, but all that made possible because of the quick cat-like reflexes of Caleb Ledoux. As Simonovic, from basically the charity stripe, slams home a dunk.
Talked about Terry Taylor. He's been really held in check. Only 4 points, does have 7 rebounds, but that's a far cry from last night when he put up 29 points, 14 rebounds, and was the star of the game.
Legends passing the ball really well. There's a pass out to Jackson from West Texas. No dice. Jones making his way through a plethora of Legend defenders and gets bumped out of bounds and gathers himself, and a foul is called.
Carlik Jones is what we call a drive-first point guard. Not threes, but he goes inside and tries to drive. Here is the last play where the pass by Justin Jackson into Odiase, and he puts it up and in for the Legends. Now Carlik Jones at the line.
Saw another look at Ledoux scooping up that ball that was headed for the baseline, and gosh darn it, what a nice play by him, and head on a swivel. Again, Ledoux spending most of his time in Birmingham with the G League, spent some time in Mexico City, but now with the Legends. Hall fires off a three. And again, around the world and out. It's the second time in a row the ball has touched every part of the rim except for the one that matters, and that's underneath it.
Another missed shot for Windy City. Legends defense trying to kick in here, down by 14.
Good opportunity to jump on the Bulls as Ledoux stops, pulls, spins. Odiase losing the battle against Simonovic. Thompson, a quick pull-up from three, and no doubt about it, with all the confidence in the world, snags his third triple on the night. He's got 16. Third to Carlik Jones with 23, and Simonovic with 20. It's a heavy bench for the Bulls. They have not provided a lot of relief, though, with Jones, Oturu, Wheeler, and Pargo all combining for 11 points. Most of those, actually all of those, coming from Pargo and Oturu.
There's a foul there on Simonovic, his second of the game. He's got 20 points, 13 rebounds.
Hardy with a double-double. 3 Bulls securing the double-double last night. Terry Taylor, one of them. Ethan Thompson. And coming off the bench, Oturu.
Amari Hardy puts one up and in. Legends down by 15. Carlik Jones with it.
Hardy going off 19 points after being named a starter. When McKinley Wright IV went down with an injury yesterday, he was able to finish the game, but is now out. So that is both of the two-way guys in town for Frisco, and Lawson and McKinley Wright IV that are not available due to injury. Also no Grant Riller, no Udai Baba, no Tajay Moore. I mean, you look at my spotting chart, Kerry, it looks like I've lost a battleship with all the X's I have for Legends players not in the lineup.
They have sunk your battleship, that's for sure.
X's to be found everywhere. As Ledoux slips, gathers. Good ball control. Hall going to take it in this time, bounces off Simonovic, and here is Terry Taylor. Only 4 points for Taylor after a 29-point performance last night. Another 3 from Thompson misses.
Simonovic with the putback.
Yeah.
And here's the timeout for the Texas Legends.
So with the timeout of Caleb Ledoux, before being eliminated by the eventual champion Rio Grande Valley Vipers. So right now the Legends sitting at 6 wins, 18 losses. Good enough for 15th in the Western Conference. Only 3 wins at home in the regular season portion for Texas. You would never know it by how the fans continue to support and love on this team. Can't say enough about them and their job supporting the squad. Jones looking for the oop.
It was an oops instead.
That was good, Gary. You got a chuckle out of me on that one. Looking for Oturu specifically. But again, like Kerry said, not an oop.
It was an oops.
But an oops. Not a lot of oops from Amari Hardy, who takes it in so far this half. Even really the game. 19 points leading the Legends. 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Quite the night for him. As Young making his way through, drawing the foul.
Jacob Young, 9 points, gets the foul. I don't think he's going to go to the line. No, it is a shooting foul. They're going to say he was charging toward the basket. Here he goes. Right-handed. Tries to use the body to fend off Oturu. Oturu got a little too much contact. That's going to send Jacob Young to the line. He has a chance to get double digits in his first game as a Texas Legend.
Be the 4th Legend to do so. And again, 1 shot, counting for
2 points.
Because that is the G League rule. Until 2 minutes left in the ball game.
Then you have to shoot them all.
Then you got to shoot them all, which would be the 4th quarter for those not keen on basketball out there watching, which I'm sure there are some that maybe don't know that.
That's right.
There are 4 quarters. A lot of college fans thinking there's only 2 halves.
2 halves?
Like soccer,
right?
Or football.
And hockey fans who think there's 3. Okay, that's probably not going to. They probably know.
You never know. Would you like to see the NBA move to 2 halves or college move to 4 quarters if you had to pick?
The 4 quarters. I think the women's game in college has moved to 4 quarters, and I think that's helped. It creates more of that urgency at the end of quarters, those exciting buzzer shots.
You could argue, though, the urgency is double at the end of the half. Hardy, nice spin move, fading away, but falls short. Lacey James almost coming up with it. Carly Jones battling. He looks to have gotten poked in the eye, but Young with another pickup. Bounce pass to Hardy. And the finish.
Beautiful pass by Jacob Young, his 4th assist. And Amari Hardy puts it up and in. He's up to 19, or make that 21 points. Leading scorer for the Texas Legends, Amari Hardy.
Having himself a massive night when the spotlight is shining the brightest. Muhammad Ogi checks back in.
And a stellar pass by him inside to Lacey James, who puts it up. And the Legends are hot right now, but still down by 16.
Unfortunately, the gap was quite large, 20 out of the last time out, but able to garner some breathing room off of a couple of misses for the Bulls.
Drawing another foul inside. They may not be winning the points in the paint battle, but they're getting inside and trying to get to the free throw line. And there's that beautiful pass by Guy. Lacey James comes across the opposite direction and puts it up and in.
Potential for a career night for that young man, Amari Hardy. His career high in the G League was this season back on January 29th against the Mexico City Capitans. He's at 21 now. Make that 23, so just 2 shy of tying that career high. And by the way he is playing, something tells me he may just blow that out of the water.
I'm pretty sure he will, and his brother's here to see it.
Mavs with a night off after a devastating loss last night. You know, we mentioned the all-women officiating crew tonight here in honor of International Women's Day. For the Mavs game last night, they had not only an all-female broadcast crew, but everybody that was in the truck, running cables, whatever it was, cameras, all female. How great is that?
That is great.
So Oturu will shoot 1 for 2. 3:14 left here in the third frame. Bulls on the cusp of triple digits. Looking for a goaltending call there was Lacey James, but to no chagrin.
You know, we have our own lady in the truck tonight, Meryl Posey, our replay operator.
Crushing it as always. Caleb Ledoux for 3. May have needed a replay there if he made it.
Weak side rebound by Jacob Young. Being alert, charging in, gets the basket. He's up to 13.
Underneath is Carly Jones.
That's what we talked about, that transition off of a made basket or a missed one. They go fast. Carly Jones, the G League Player of the Month in February, showing why.
Young has only played 4 games in the G League, and those with the hustle earlier this season. There he was only averaging in those 4 games 1.8 points, Carey. So safe to say in his G League, he's certainly having a career night here in his first game with the Texas Legends. Learning what Frisco basketball is all about. 16-point lead for the Bulls. The veteran Pargo finds Oturu. Thought about a 3. And runs into a diving Muhammad Ogi at the 2-minute mark.
Jeremy Pargo, about to turn 37 years old on St. Patrick's Day. Definitely the elder statesman of the Windy City Bulls, or most teams that come in here. He's had a very long career. We'll talk about in a minute. Daniel Oturu likes to go to the line here. He really charges to the basket. That's his game.
I was talking with Pargo, like I said, in the pregame, and he was talking about how old he is. Even though he still hits great shots, but he was talking about how his life basically is chasing around a bunch of 20-year-olds as the veteran presence for Windy City. Got a good chuckle out of that one. Very, very nice guy. As Hall is double-teamed. Outlet to Guy. Now Ledoux. Nice pass to Young for 3. Yes! Jacob Young! He may be here to stay.
He might be. He is putting on a show.
If this was any sort of an audition, like an American Idol,
he's making it.
He's hitting
Hollywood.
the high notes.
He's going to Hollywood. That was a travel by Windy City, so another turnover, 14 for them, and the Legends take over.
I mean, Young certainly has my golden buzzer. That's America's Got Talent, but same idea. You try out, you make it to the next level. I'm sending him straight to the live shows, which is exactly how he's performing tonight. Nice moves, Young. Now Guy driving inside the paint. Just shy. And off the glass out. Just about a minute remaining here in the third. Lazarick Jones over the top of Odiase, and Oturu squaring it away.
Delay a game on Windy City as they did not let the ball come all the way through the basket and leave it alone. They got called on that.
Can't do that. They hung on the rim last night.
Yeah.
This time, a little too eager.
They're just breaking rules right and left.
However, they are in triple digits.
Yeah, they are.
with one hundo. Caleb Ledoux trying his shot at a three. That must have spun around the rim at least 3 times before deciding to pop out. That is frustrating. Now he'll have to flip to the defensive side against Pargo.
There's Jeremy Pargo. He's going to go to the line. Okay, Ryan, did you know Jeremy Pargo has played for 18 different teams in his career? He went to Gonzaga. We're not even counting Gonzaga. He's played in the Israeli League, 3 different stints there. The Euro League, the Russian League, the Chinese League, the Lebanese League, the Italian League, the G League, and the NBA.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
His walk-in music is Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere.
That should be a thing. You know, they always have a walk-up song or an intro song for the teams. I feel like each player should have their own. You want to sing some more of it?
No, I was done.
Amari Hardy to put up most likely another 3.
He could.
Hardy 2 points shy of his career high, tying it. Looking for him here, spinning the jumper at the shot clock buzzer. Legends trying to gather, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So any chance at tying that career high or exceeding it is going to have to wait for the 4th and final frame for Amari Hardy. But the Legends, he has doubled down tonight. Not only will he go down head first, but he will also pack up the big slide and load it up and take it home.
All right, let's do it. You know, by the way, fun fact about the Southern Star Fun Zone, it's actually on the western side of the arena. But it's not as fun to say Western Star Fun Zone. So we're going to stick with Southern, but a little directionally challenged.
Well, we are in the South, so it fits there. Ryan Medellin, Kerry Lowry here from Frisco, Texas, Comerica Center. 4th and final quarter. Legends trying to rub off an 8-game bruise. 8 straight losses, looking to get back in the win column, the longest active losing streak in the G League this season.
Foul called, and the Legends will go to the free throw line.
And Gary, here's what turns my mind into a pretzel thinking about this, is it's when you're watching the Legends play and some of the shots that are being hit, collectively it looks like it's not a lack of effort. It's just, and I can't put my finger on it, but it's not making the most, it seems like, of momentum and opportunity when another team is not scoring or they've gone cold. They seem to kind of mimic their opponents when they go cold, and the fourth quarter has been a big issue in a lot of these games when it comes down to it. As Hardy trying to hit Odease on a hope and a prayer of a pass, but Pargo with the interception.
Well, you just talked about effort and how there is not a lack of effort of the Legends. You just saw 2 Legends go to the ground to try to get that ball and trying to pass from the ground. I mean, that is extreme effort. The Legends are all over the place. They have 8 guys last night and 8 guys tonight that are putting it all out there.
And I don't think we've said enough about it's been less than 24 hours when this game started. I mean, it's been about 24 hours, but when you're playing with a short bench, not only is it exhausting during the game, but when you have to turn around and do it again the following night and on a weekday, which is a little bit different for these guys because of the spring break holiday, that is a tough task.
That's why those fresh legs of Jacob Young are coming through, and there he is right there. And he goes left-handed, puts it up against the glass and in. That is 16 points for Jacob Young.
25 minutes of work for him with 18 on the night, certainly setting his career high, very high tonight in his debut with the Legends. Again, he's from Houston, played 2 years at Texas, then transferred to Rutgers to finish out his college career. Just 4 games of G League action. As Tyler Hall, a dart from 3. And you always wonder, because, you know, the Legends are missing a lot of pieces, how long a guy like that's technically an emergency call-up is going to stay. But after the way he's played tonight, it's certainly looking bright for him, if not here, somewhere else soon.
You know, all the eyes are on him right now, and he knows it. 26 minutes, whether it's with the Legends or somebody else. 18 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds.
That's why you got to love the G League. He was in the player pool. Now he's hitting threes in Frisco. And he's doing it like it's nothing.
It's absolutely on fire. 21, Jacob Young.
Just 4 shy of passing Amari Hardy as the leading scorer for the Legends, and he's coming off the bench doing it. There was a big question mark on how this would work. I think it's working just fine. What's not working fine is how the Bulls have been able to respond to every single big shot Texas has had. When any momentum goes their way, it gets ripped away. Amari Hardy slowing things down, putting the ball on ice. Now turns on the burners. High pass, Young. Diving three. That one lodged. And thank goodness the 7-footer Simonovic was underneath the basket to pop it right back out.
That was very fortunate for the Texas Legends because it turns into a jump ball. That was clearly going to be a rebound for the Windy City Bulls. Instead, it turns into a jump ball because the ball got stuck. Here you go. They call it the wedgie.
I'm going to say he did it on purpose. This was part of his plan.
You know, if he could do that on purpose, then he would be on America's Got Talent.
That would be quite the talent. However, the talent needed for the current situation is points.
That's right.
But he was never going to make that three. So, again, next best thing. Force a jump ball. So, Simonovic and Lacey James will go head-to-head. Tough to beat a 7-footer. Lacey James only clocking in at 6'9". Still a nice height. As the lobber now finds Carly Jones.
Strong rebound for Lacey James.
Just his 3rd miss from 3 tonight as Hardy going underneath, runs a good 10 feet out of bounds, but gets the foul.
Hardy 4 for 4 from the line, and he'll go right back there with his 25.6 assists.
Not necessarily his highlight reel to set a new career high off of a free throw, but I think he'll just take the points either way. And that's exactly what Hardy will do. So, Amari Hardy now, a new career high in the G League, 27 points after spending last season with the Ignite and this season with the Legends. And his brother Jaden Hardy in the building to witness it. How sweet is that as he lodges another 3! I mean, come on.
30 for Amari Hardy.
I want what he has.
And there's the response by Aaron Wheeler of the Windy City Bulls.
Hardy, in his last 5 games, 13 points, 4 points, 4 points, no points, 6 points. And he has completely gone off tonight as he holds the ball tight, says, I'll never let you go.
And he does call the timeout. He gets the timeout. So instead of the jump ball.
Just showing off at this point, Gary. Amari Hardy, third. Been a very short amount of time with the Texas Legends, and they call it the, quote, preseason, November time frame.
He was a leading scorer in the G League during that period of time. And last night he had a huge dunk in the 4th quarter. I know it was a loss for the Mavericks, but
one of the biggest I've seen. As Jacob Young trying for the layup underneath, doesn't go. But yeah, I mean, we have not seen him since except for watching the games and supporting the team. And anytime the Mavs aren't playing, he's here. And one of the things Coach Gallinopoulos, when he got assigned to Texas, said that he's just such a team guy and just loved being here in Frisco. And he has proven it by attending these games on his off nights. Those are rare these days, off nights.
Very rare.
And to be here is a huge, huge compliment.
And we basically built a graphic, just because we know he's going to be here so much.
Makes sense to me as at the buzzer, Carly Jones shies away from the 3. Under 7 here in Frisco. 17-point lead for the Bulls. Legends can capitalize off the 2 misses. Here's Young. Has 2 on him.
Came up short on that finger roll. And here's Carlik Jones going straight to the basket, but he loses it off his knee. Is it going to be a foul or a turnover?
Looks like Hall might have gotten a piece of it as he slid right through Hall, but Hall immediately turning around and batting it. And it looks like it will stay in the possession of Windy City. To Drell. Outside, Taylor underneath. And a nice move to get Tyler Hall out of the way.
Terry Taylor, one of only 29 players in college basketball this century to get 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. Think about that. 29 players, and he did it.
Talked about the Legends not capitalizing off cold runs for the Bulls, and 2 back-to-back misses there, putting that on full display. The lead now up to 19 as Amari Hardy will check back into the ballgame with 30 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds.
I think he also got about 90 seconds of rest there.
With only 3 guys suited up on the bench, Muhammad Ogi playing on limited minutes. It's no rest for the weary for Texas on the second night of a back-to-back. So Terry Taylor will go to the charity stripe. His first trip there tonight. He's got 11 rebounds with only 6 points. He had 29 last night, but certainly making an impact different ways. Carlik Jones leading with 29 points for the Bulls tonight. Simonovic, 24.
Carlik Jones' season average is 26 that leads the league, so he's going to improve on that.
And how did that one not fall for Odeyase? He's going to get another stab at it here, but passes to Ledoux, and he says, Odeyase, I got you.
And he goes reverse left-handed, puts that one up. Odeyase with the hustle to keep that play alive.
So, in the ball game, Amari Hardy, who's back out on the floor, is leading all scorers. As Young, no-look pass. Jackson pulls up, distance, 3. And a high cascade. Back to the Bulls. Ball work from Jones. Finds an open Drell. Another short 3, and it's a 2-on-1. Jackson, Young. But it looks like making his way back, Lazarick Jones getting a fingertip to push it away.
Basket for Henry Drell. He's up to 9.
Now a 21-point lead, the biggest of the night for Windy City, 23. Legends have to be getting exhausted. And that one slammed away by Terry Taylor. 3-on-1 in favor of the Bulls. Jones misses the pass and has to regather. Wide open. And another short 3. The 3-point percentage plummeting for the Bulls. Now 14 of 31. Still not a bad night shooting for triples, but not as good as it was in the first half. Well, it is a with McKinley Wright the fourth and Grant Riller going down yesterday, activating Muhammad Ogi because they had to, and bringing in Jacob Young because they literally had to. Had to have 3 on the bench. They met that threshold, but they have met their match against Windy City.
15th three-pointer made by the Windy City Bulls. They're at 47% on the night.
58 points in the paint. As Hall dialing up another 3. He's keeping the hope alive. That's his 4th of the evening, pushing him to triple digits. He has been so clutch from distance, just hasn't had as many looks as he would like tonight, at least good ones. But again, the story goes, Windy City going to respond.
Uncontested 3 there by Wheeler. Usually when they're uncontested, they go down. So
that's what I've heard. Odiase with a vengeance.
Odiase, 4-year starter at Texas Tech. In fact, I think he was there at the same time you were, right?
I mean, we weren't BFFs, but, we enjoyed each other's company. Got to chat with him before the game again, talked about his double-double last night.
He knows you. That's the thing. From college, he knows you.
Big ambassador for Texas Tech hoops. Certainly interested in what's happening over there in Lubbock, Texas as of late. Mark Adams, no longer the head coach. So the search is underway for what I would say is the most coveted job in college hoops.
Absolutely. But a very important job to fill as soon as they can.
That is the truest thing you've said tonight, Gary. So 2 legends coming off, 2 coming in. Tyler Hall, one of those going in for Justin Jackson. Ladue also going off. Muhammad Ogi back on the floor. It's the largest lead of the game, 24 points, exceeding their previous largest lead by 1. And this one is just going to have to be played out for pride. But I'll tell you what, plenty of bright spots. Maybe not as a team, but individually to look upon tonight. Look no further. We have to start with Amari Hardy. I know we'll get to Jacob Young, but Amari Hardy, his 3rd start of the season, 30 points, career high. Really establishing himself as a shooter tonight. Not that we didn't know that before, but you have to have the tape. And that certainly has happened for him tonight. And then you look at Jacob Young. I can only imagine the day that he has had, and we may have to talk to him after the game and figure that out, off air, of course, as Odiase drops in the bucket. But to be able to get that call, make your way up to Frisco, probably fighting that awful Houston traffic that we know all too well, and to put on a performance like he has tonight with a brand new team where you don't even know maybe even all your teammates' names at this point.
I bet you he doesn't.
But that definitely is number 2 on my list of bright spots to look at. And feel free, Kerry, if you've got any.
Well, I tell you what, when I saw the starting lineup, I'll be really honest. I saw Amari Hardy and Caleb Ladue as the starting guards.
We asked each other.
With the 3rd guy coming off the bench, a guy who wasn't on the team at 8 a.m. this morning. I thought, well, guard play is going to be a problem. Guess what? It's not. 63 points between the 3 of them. I mean, they have really put up outstanding performances as a 3-guard rotation for the Texas Legends.
We wondered where the points were going to come from. It didn't take long for us to figure that out, and all 3 of those guys, with the Legends this season, with all the changes in the roster, all the injuries that they've faced, it seems like they've kind of gone in spurts of who is going to be the dominant player of the month, right? Riller had a very strong January, February. Go back to Jaden Hardy when he was with the Legends in November leading the G League. And then this month, it appears as if Caleb Ladue and Amari Hardy, if things hold pat the way they are, could be the bright spots towards the end of the season for Texas.
And they're seizing the opportunity is what they're doing. They have their, it's next man up, but it's not a letdown. They're coming in and they're making it happen.
Especially when you look at the turnover that happens every season with these rosters. It's chaos is the best word I could use to describe it. But these guys certainly love playing for Coach Gallinopoulos here in Texas. That's always the first thing we hear about players, whether they're returning or joining the team. They've heard nothing but wonderful things about the coaching staffs, the facilities, and the fans. And that is proven on a night-by-night basis. As Odiase getting in a little tussle with Kalu, who's logging his first couple of minutes of the ball game. I talked to Coach G yesterday about making the playoffs, not making the playoffs. What does that look like in the G League? Because not always can you look at the team at the bottom in the G League as a bad team, because that may just mean that they didn't have their two-way guys for an extended amount of time. They didn't get NBA assignments. They're sending players up to the NBA, right? Like they're doing what the G League is supposed to do, which winning championships is a big deal. And it looks like somebody threw a toy basketball out on the floor trying to grab some more points for the Legends. But the G League is supposed to develop these players, and while, yeah, it's important to get into the playoffs because that's more tape, and a championship, that's where the scouts will look first for players. It's important for these guys to learn something and build something new every single night in, night out. And we're seeing that on full display here tonight. As a massive three, just for fun, is hit by Coupette, who is also logging his first couple of minutes. 30 seconds left in the life of this ball game. Young says, why not? I've made a couple already tonight. And now, guys just trying to pad their stats, and that's exactly how Matthews looks at that last three. And we will see what Texas decides to do. And by the pace of Young on the floor, the guy who started the day not knowing what his future was going to be in basketball, picked up by the Legends and putting on one heck of a performance. So very fitting he gets to dribble this one out. It may not have been a win for the Texas Legends as a whole, but it is certainly personal victories all around for a couple of players. We will talk about those more coming up in our post-game show. Legends